Hello everyone and welcome. In this video we are going to look at how an SSLi device can be deployed in an explicit proxy topology. Here we have a simple network with a client machine connected to an A10 SSLi device which is connected to a security device, and the A10 device is in turn connected to a gateway router. The gateway and the client are on separate subnets, and the security device is also connected on a third separate subnet. We have to change the pack file on the client so that the traffic can be sent towards the A10 device, since the A10 will have the explicit proxy set up on it and it will be acting as an explicit proxy destination in this network. The security device is either in bump in the wire mode or routed mode. The way this network works is the client machine will send all the traffic in SSL format towards the A10 device. The A10 device will have its first interface connected to the client machine in the same subnet as the client machine. The second interface that is connected to the security device, it's the outbound security device interface, and this is in a separate subnet. The third interface is the inbound interface. It is in the same subnet as the outbound one. And the fourth and final interface is in the subnet of the gateway router. This interface is used to send out SSL traffic towards the gateway router. Logically, the way this works is we have two separate partitions on an A10 device. The first partition has two interfaces in it, and the second partition also has two. The first partition manages the inside of the network, while the second partition manages the outside. The first partition receives SSL traffic, decrypts it, and sends it out in HTTP format to the security device. The second partition takes in the HTTP traffic from the security device, re-encrypts it, and sends it out to the gateway router. Now that we've understood the concepts behind it, let's go on and configure the L3 explicit proxy topology. Alright, so we start by clicking on the wizard tab on the left side. Here we go to custom and select our desired L3 single path with explicit proxy topology. Clicking next, we are taken to the first page. Here we select ingress interface as Ethernet 1, and we give it an IP address of 10.1.1.2/24. This IP address is in the same subnet as the user. For explicit proxy, as we saw in the slides, we will give it the IP address 10.1.1.10 and the port number 3128. We select the SSL key and certificate test1 that has already been configured on the SSLi device. For the outbound, we select Ethernet 2 and give it the IP address 12.1.1.1/24. Clicking next, we are taken to the second part of the config. Here we select the inbound from the security device. This is the interface that will receive the decrypted traffic from the security device. We give it the IP address 12.1.1.2/24. For the egress, the last interface that will send out SSL traffic to the gateway router, we select Ethernet 4 on our device, and we give it the IP address 15.1.1.2/24. This IP address is in the same subnet as the gateway router. For the gateway, we give the IP address 15.1.1.254, as discussed in the slides. We click next and we are taken to the bypass configuration. This is an optional step in the configuration of an SSLi device. Here we have three options: the bypass category list, bypass domain list, and bypass IP list. In the category list, we select two categories. For example, financial services, health and medicine. You can select as many as you want, but for our example, we are just going to select the two. We click save, and these categories will be bypassed. This is based on a license, so if you don't have a license, please contact your sales team and acquire a license. For the bypass domain list, we enter the word bank, so any URLs containing the word bank will be bypassed. We can also have the exactly starts with and ends with options, and we can enter phrases, words, anything that you need to bypass. For the IP list, we can either enter a source or a destination IP. It can be a specific IP or it can be a network address, so that those IPs can be bypassed. We're going to leave this empty for now. Clicking next, we are taken to the final configuration page. Here we confirm all the configurations that we just applied. Clicking finish, we are taken to the application pop-up. Here we can click copy, which copies the whole configuration onto the clipboard. This in turn can be applied to the SSLi device using the CLI. Or we can click apply, which applies it to the background. That's it for this video. Thank you for joining.